I have a particular situation in that I'm visiting here from Holland. I've been living in Holland for the last 16 years.
Right.
And my mother's living on Long Island here. She's had 3 heart attacks and has lung emphysema. And I'm married to a Dutch woman, have a child 7 years of age.
Right.
And because of my age, 47, I'd still like to come back to the States and try to make a go of it here.
What are you doing in Holland?
Well, I'm working for an aerospace laboratory there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I'm here on vacation because my health was not so good.
Are you a physicist?
No, I'm not. I'm a jack of all trades, you could say.
Okay.
I'm working there as what they call equivalent of technical engineer.
Okay.
But I stopped that after 3 years on a project while I was working there. In the last 10 years, I've been doing public relations work, designing brochures, making illustrations, and, doing some freelance work in the commercial art field as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because at my job, my growth potential has just stopped. Because they pay me as a technician, but I'm doing the artwork, which they actually don't want to put me into that category.
Now you want to come back here. Now, why are you having doubts whether you can come back?
I know I can come back, but the thing is, I have a wife and a child, 7, and I know that the laws are different here, and I'm very nebulous.
You mean whether you can bring her in?
No, not that. If I could be able to start again here after such a long stint of expatriatism.
Well, it would be difficult unless you use your connections in Holland to get started here.
That would be very difficult. What I had done years ago in 1960, I had...
Well, why don't you do this? Well, while you're here, why don't you stop by and see what is called some executive placement firms? Not executive counseling, executive placement firms.
I see.
They're the ones that get jobs for you. Executive counseling get money from you because they tell you how they'll teach you how to get a job. You don't need that. Stop by and see some of them and tell them your qualifications and ask them very frankly whether they can place you in your field.
Yeah, that's just the point. In that field that I was engaged at the company there is something that I would like to keep up only on a freelance basis as far as the commercial art field goes.
Right.
I would like to get back into something I started years ago.
What's that?
And that was radio. I had gone to Puerto Rico and obtained a communications license.
And what do you want to do, be a radio technician?
Well, I would like to work in the field of radio announcing, doing something with my communicative background. Because all the visualizations which I've done in Holland, working with doing some things for television, thinking up children's stories.
See, I'm not going to say to you can't do it, but I'm going to discourage you.
Because of the age, you think?
Well, no, not because of the age. It's because even if you were 25 years old.
The very background, not
No, it's a very difficult field to break into.
I understand, yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. I was just wondering if there was something I could do, probably go to school at night, maybe.
No, this is not school. If you want to break into radio, you've got to get yourself around and make some tapes and send it around and see what's available.
I see. That would be the best thing.
That's the best thing. This is the way you get employed in radio. You make tapes and you send it around. Let station managers listen to it.
Surely. Okay. I'll do that.
And remember, there's something like 8,000 or 9,000 radio stations in America.
I know.
So get ready for a lot of tapes.
I know. You said you had to take one step, the old Chinese proverb.
You're right.
One thing I would like to ask before we depart on the air is where would I go to get all kinds of general information, not only Veterans Administration things, but just finding out about possibilities of going into business, getting help from the states, help from the government? Well,
actually, of course, you're asking a very large question. If you will think your way through and get back to me and zero in on something.
Right.
In other words, you're like asking me, what kind of girl should I marry? That's an unanswerable question, understand? But if you zero in on something, I'll tell you where to get the help. So get back to me. Thank you.
Okay.